Okay. So I have to do an introduction first. So just hold on. So my name is Carlton Cartwright. I am the Executive Director for Veterans Memorial and Multicultural Histories Incorporated. And we are located here in West Palm Beach, Florida, in Palm Beach County. Okay. So today's date is January the 26th, 2025. And we are getting ready to interview Joseph Murano. Okay, and Mr. Murano, when is your birthday?
January 20,
What year?
1925.
Okay, all right. And what is your current address? What city do you live in? I just need the city and state.
Freehold, New Jersey.
Huh?
Freehold, New Jersey.
What is that? Freehold?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, Freehold, New Jersey. Okay, I see it. Fine. All right. And the names of the people that are attending the interview are Mr. Murano and both of his, are they both of you are daughters, your sisters, right?
Nope, you got one daughter, one granddaughter.
All right, and the daughter's name is,
Joanne,
and the
granddaughter is Lisa.
is Lisa. Okay, fine. Beautiful. Okay. Sir, what branch did you serve in? What branch of the military were you in?
The Seabees of the Navy.
Navy, okay. And why did you choose the Navy?
I did not choose it. They put me there.
Okay. All right. I understand that. Okay. All right. Okay. So what rank were you when you separated from the service? What rank were you?
I was serving in the Navy.
Yeah.
Seabees of the Navy.
Okay. Were you E3, E4, E5?
You were a carpenter's mate, 3rd class.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I was a carpenter's mate, 3rd class.
Right. And Joanne?
Yes, sir.
Joanne, when you do that, just speak up so he doesn't have to repeat it. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, just please relax, be comfortable. You're a part of this. Let's see, where was I? Oh, what year did you go into service, Mr. Murano? What year?
1943.
Got it. And what year did you separate?
1946.
Nice. Okay. So what were you doing? Oh, were you drafted or did you enlist on your own?
I was drafted at 18 years old.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. So what was it like? Well, tell us about where was basic training? Wait a minute. Before we do that, what were you doing prior to going? You said you were 18. So you had just got out of high school?
I had just gotten out of high school. I was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother would not allow me to join a service. But as soon as I was 18, I was drafted right away. I tried to get into the Marines because I wanted to fight. And the man said to me, "Not with those eyes," because I wear glasses.
Oh.
And he told me where I was going, and that was to the Seabees.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. So where were you living at the time?
I was living in Newark, New Jersey.
Right. So where was basic training? Where did you go for basic training?
Oh, where was it? Somewhere in New Jersey, Port Newark, I think it was, New Jersey.
Okay.
Or airport, either one. I
What
just can't remember exactly.
What was the other one?
Port Newark or the Newark Airport.
Okay,
That
all right,
was, yeah.
that's fine. Okay, how long was basic training? Was it 4, 8 weeks? How long? How long was basic training?
I think it was 4 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So what was it like? Tell us about it.
Well, it was new to me. I was anxious to fight because we were attacked by the Japs. Uh, that's what it was like. I was happy that I was into the service because I wanted to join.
Okay, it sounds like you served in the Pacific Theater.
I didn't know what I was put there, and I had no choice.
Okay,
I was in the CVs, and they told me where to go.
Is basic training where they asked for the swimmers?
what was it? What did you say?
I said, he said they've tried to weed out swimmers from the non-swimmers. Was that in basic training?
I don't know because I was not a swimmer.
But they thought you were, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I would imagine that they probably all had to pass, exams like that. Swimming was definitely part of being in the Navy.
Well, I was not a swimmer, and I was hoping to learn how to swim in the Navy. I think eventually I did
Mhm.
learn how to swim, but not to tread water or something like that. That was the big part.
Right, exactly. That's the one. Okay, so you served in World War II, correct?
I'm sorry.
You served in World War II.
Oh, yes, yes.
Got it. Okay. All right. So after basic training, where did they ship you off to?
I originally went to the island of New Guinea in Europe.
In the Pacific.
There
In the
for a
Pacific.
while, and then eventually I wound up on a little island in the Caribbean, Morotai. That's where the Japanese bombed us. The island of Morotai.
Okay. And okay, I don't know what islands that was a group of, but I'm sure that it was in the Pacific and not the Caribbean. But that's fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's the Pacific.
Right. Exactly. Okay. All right. And I take it that you saw combat. Were you in combat?
Were you in combat?
Not exactly. I wasn't in combat, but we were bombed by the Japanese.
Right. Yeah.
We
Then
got
you were in
bombed.
combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
What was
put
your
us-
job? What was your job in the military?
Uh, we called ourselves common coolies because that's what we did. Any job that had to be done was done by us.
Tell
And
me
that
what you
was
did.
anything, carpenter's work,
Okay.
cleaning, we did anything.
Well, I want you to talk about what you did. Tell me what you did. You said you were a carpenter. What were you building? What were you doing?
Well, I
What,
I just said we did anything.
what did you
Like
build?
what? Tell us about it. I need for you to tell us about
Oh my God.
it.
Did
There
you-
were so many different things.
Like what? Like what? Come on, tell me.
KP, we had to do KP,
Okay.
cleaning.
Did you build landing?
I actually did not. No, I'll take that back. I was the first man in my outfit. There we had little outfits, 30,
Right.
40 guys.
Mm-hmm.
To have, I was the man who carried the Tommy gun. If you'll notice, CB emblem is a man flying by with a Tommy gun. That was my job, carrying the Tommy gun. I was the first man to fire it at the firing range, and the first man to learn how to dismantle it, and put it back together again, blindfolder.
Okay,
Folded.
gotcha. Congratulations.
Thank
I know
you.
that's got to be quite a skill. Believe me, I understand.
Oh,
Um, through basic training, and your tech school, for your MOS or your AIT, were there any casualties before you got to the Pacific? Did anybody get hurt in basic training? Did you get hurt in basic training?
oh, no, I don't think so. At
Okay.
least I didn't get hurt. I was anxious. I was happy to be in the service,
Okay.
even though it wasn't the service I asked for. I asked for the Marines, but I was.
Right.
But then again, I was a skinny, puny little boy. At 18, I was very, I was very undernourished.
Okay. All right. So how long were you stationed in the Pacific Theater?
Oh, all the time I was in.
The
I
whole
think it was
time.
4 years.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, all the time.
3 years. He was in there for almost 3.
That's fine. Probably a little over 3 years. But anyway, my next question is, were there any casualties while you were serving in the Pacific Theater?
Offhand, I don't recall. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I did have an operation for appendix
Okay.
while I was in the Pacific. Yes,
Okay.
I recall that. I was in the hospital for a short time.
Okay. Now, as far as your unit was concerned and engaging in warfare with the Japanese, were there casualties in your unit? People that got hurt or killed?
Not that I know of, no. Although we were bombed by the Japanese, I don't think anybody got hurt by the bombing.
Okay.
They were not that accurate.
What kind of ship were you on?
I was not on a ship. I was on a land base.
Okay. All right. Okay. So when you had the engagement with warfare, you were not on a ship. Okay, got it. All right.
That's right.
Okay. So did you engage with the people who lived there, the Japanese? What were they like?
No, I don't recall being engaged with them at all.
Okay.
We were isolated, our own camp, and we did manual labors. What we actually did.
Okay.
My outfit.
Well, were you digging ditches or repairing buildings or what?
Yes, that's one of the things we did. Digging ditches, erecting tents, building buildings. We had real good men who knew what they were doing, and we had to assist them as a young boy, you know.
And you learned how to drive a truck, right? Did you learn how to drive a truck there?
Oh, I did become a truck driver,
Okay. What kind of trucks?
a dump truck.
Okay.
We had we had a little concern of us had to go out and do some kind of work, and we had young men like myself, and at one point 2 of the men got into an argument about who was to drive the truck. The man in charge of the outfit at the time came from South Jersey here, and he knew I was a New Jersey boy. So he said to me, Murano, you know how to drive? I said, yes. You are the truck driver. So I became a permanent truck driver. I learned how to drive and double clutch a truck. And when I got out of the service, I was a seasoned truck driver.
Okay. So I guess you We'll talk about that a little later, but I think you probably managed to get your CDL license.
We didn't have them in those days.
Oh, okay.
I knew nothing about them at all.
Okay. Okay. Not a problem. Tell me two of your most memorable experiences that you had the entire time you were in the service.
Well, one was the time the Japanese bombed us. That was a frightening affair for me because it was during the night and I jumped out of bed and I'm yelling. I had two older men in the tent with me and they didn't move. And I wondered why. I said, what do we do? What do we do? He said, go back to bed. With the Japanese bombing us, we had to lay in bed because we had no bomb sites or
No protection.
no
No
pro-
place,
we
no
just
place to
had
run
a
for cover.
canvas tent that we slept in.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean, what'd you say?
We had no protection against the bombs.
Oh,
It's just that they didn't hit us with them because we had no protection except a canvas tent. That's what we slept in.
okay. Okay. How did you deal with that? How did you deal with that emotionally?
Well, I was afraid. I didn't know what bombs were. It was my first experience in an attack.
Right.
So I was scared. But these two older gentlemen,
Uh-huh.
they took it like it's a common occurrence.
Right. Yeah. Just like business as usual, huh?
That's right.
There
Yeah.
you go. Okay. So and I mean you all must have been very fortunate that there would be bomb raids and nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt.
No,
Wow.
they weren't too accurate.
They weren't accurate,
bomb-
huh? No, that's a good thing.
at leisure, they bombs wherever they felt. They didn't care.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay,
that
so that was one thing. You got another story for me? I need one more story.
there was
Something else
more
that's
stories than that.
something else that stood out. There's got to be at least one more story that you can tell me besides engaging, with the bombs, besides being bombed.
Offhand, I cannot recall any because
How did
I
you,
wasn't happy in my outfit.
how did you learn to drive a truck? What did they do to you?
What?
What did they do to you to get you to drive the truck? Didn't you have to go
I
pick up?
didn't do anything.
Tell them how you learned. You had to go pick up Tiny
Oh.
now?
The man in charge, I think his name was Cameron. He's from South Jersey,
Uh-huh.
where I am now. And he knew I was from North Jersey. And he said to me, can you drive? I said, yes, I can. He said, then you are the permanent truck driver.
Okay.
That's what I earned my living at.
Gotcha. Okay.
Truck. I worked for Budweiser for 40 years.
Wow. Okay. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But right now, tell me about what medals and citations did you get?
Gee, I don't know.
Well, I know you didn't get a Purple Heart because you
I
didn't
got
get.
something about participating in the war. I remember
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't think I did much at all.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Well, I
Okay.
was a young kid, just out of high school. That's why I think they chose me to become a gunner.
Uh-huh.
I was just out of high school. They must have thought I was smarter than I was. So they handed me that Tommy gun. You know what a Tommy gun is?
Yes, I do. Machine gun.
That's what I had to learn to operate.
Okay.
Take it apart and put it together blindfolded, because in the jungles at night, they will have no lights. And that's what what they were preparing me for.
Okay, so did you go into the jungles?
Oh, definitely.
And for what was the
Oh,
purpose?
definitely we were in the jungles. Yes, yes.
Did you go for walks in the jungle?
Did you go for walks in the jungle?
Patrol.
Oh, yes, patrols. Yeah, oh, definitely. We patrolled. Of course, I didn't have any real action. I mean, let me put
Okay.
it that way. But we did. We had a patrol in the jungles. Yes.
Yeah. And that's why you should never say that you didn't do much, because that was a lot just doing that, believe me.
Well,
Hello.
at the time, I thought it was.
Thank you for your service. Okay.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I served because I wanted to serve.
I understand. I got that totally. Hey, let's see. Oh, did you have any problems staying in touch with your family? Did you write letters, or how did you communicate with your family back home?
Did you write letters back home to people back home?
Of course. Oh, I wrote to my mother.
Okay.
I wrote to my two sisters
Right.
and a couple of friends that I had, because I had a bunch of friends my age who had not been in yet. They all answered after me because I was one of the older teenagers at the time, and I had just graduated from high school. So they thought I was smarter than I was because of my graduation.
Yeah, I love your humility. You got a lot of humility. That's nice. That's very nice.
Just tell it like it is.
I understand. Did you go on leave while you were in the service? Did you visit any other parts of Asia, or did you come back to the
Oh, no,
States?
no, no. I was out in the jungles.
You just stayed there.
Oh, no, we're in the jungles. Yeah.
You didn't get any R&R? No R&R?
No, no.
No? Okay.
Oh, there was nowhere to go. I was on the island of Morotai, and from there I went to the island of what was my other one?
New Guinea.
No. I was started on New Guinea,
Right.
and then I was put on the island of Morotai, which was an isolated little island in the Caribbean somewhere, and that's where we were bombed by the Japanese.
Okay.
That's the extent of my experience. All right?
Okay. So when you got out of the service, okay, so just let me ask you a few more questions about the military. Let's see. When you separated from the service, where were you?
Well, I was in the Pacific,
Hmm.
and they sent me home.
Right.
I got discharged at home.
Okay.
I went right. Then I went right to work. I got a job. 'Cause
Okay.
I was 18 years old at that time. Maybe by that time I was 19.
Well,
Yeah.
18, probably 21, 21, 22.
Well, I don't think I was that old.
Yeah, you were 21 because you got discharged in 1946.
Right.
I was 21 years old. Okay.
All right. Now, oh, I don't want to leave this part out. How was the food while you were in the Navy? How was the food?
Ah. Lacking. Let me put it that way. Lacking. But we had to eat whatever they served us.
Gotcha.
One point, we had to travel for a while from one island to another,
Right.
and we stopped at an army base for food.
Uh-huh.
I was shocked eating army food because they served me beans for breakfast, and I
Oh.
wasn't too keen on beans.
Okay. Okay. While you the entire time you were in the service, do you feel like you had all of the supplies that you needed to do your job?
Oh, yes, sure.
Okay. All right.
Because I wasn't in any real battles,
Okay. Yeah, you were.
So I had my Tommy gun.
All right, exactly.
I was the man who carried the Tommy gun.
Uh-huh.
But I had no use for it, really. I wasn't in war. I wanted action, but I never had it.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm not going to complain about that. Um, okay, so when you got out of the military, you got your job driving a truck?
Uh, as far as I can recall,
Okay.
I went to work for the United States Post Office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember working there nights, which I did not like at all, because I was a single young man. I wanted to spend my time running around. From there, I had I had a few other jobs, but the next biggest job was working for Anheuser-Busch, you know, Budweiser.
Right.
I spent 40 years at Budweiser.
Okay. Where in New Jersey?
And I got married and everything, had a family.
Did you use your GI Bill for anything? Education, buying a house?
No.
No?
Did you get your
Let me
mortgage?
see.
Did you get a mortgage through the GI Bill?
I probably got a mortgage through the GI Bill.
Okay.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to think back because
You did.
I did buy a house,
Okay.
and yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I got a mortgage through them.
Gotcha. Did you maintain any of your did you make any great friends, good friends in the service? And did you maintain the friendships after the military?
Oh yes, for a while, we used to correspond with each other, and then we had reunions. I have books here showing the reunion parties we went to.
Okay. Yeah, you,
But
you don't
since that time, though, it's over 70 years. We're just not acquainted anymore. You know what I
I
mean?
I
A lot of
understand.
us died off. We're all up in age.
Did you
So
join any veterans groups?
yes, I
VFW,
still belong to the Veterans of Foreign Wars. I
American
still
Legion?
belong to them.
What about the American Legion?
Oh, I was in the American Legion for quite a while. It
Okay.
was a neighborhood. It was a neighborhood affair, you know.
Right.
And I don't remember how many years I was in it, but I know I was in the American Legion.
Got it. Okay. What did you think? Oh, by the way, what did you think of your fellow officer? I mean, your fellow enlisted and officers. How did you get along with them? The other
I got
military
along with
personnel.
everybody because I was happy.
Everything was good, huh?
I was content that I was where I wanted. Well, it wasn't actually where I wanted to be, no, because I wanted to be a Marine. I think I told you that.
Yeah, you shared that. I
But
got you.
I had to serve. I was happy serving because I was a very patriotic person at the time.
Mhm.
And to paraphrase, I still am a patriotic character.
And I really believe that. But I want to go back for a minute. How did you deal? How did you feel? Or okay, have you ever had PTSD?
No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh no, that's some kind of an illness.
Well, yeah, I'm just wondering, if the bombings, if they, affected you at all later on in life.
Well, I had no problems at all.
Okay, good.
Served much time, and I remember being in this in the American Legion, in the Veterans of Foreign Wars. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm still in the Veterans of Foreign Wars
Okay.
because I pay a dues, you know.
Yeah, okay. You're still in. There you go. Did your military experience influence your thinking about war or about the military in general?
I'm
Joanne,
sorry.
can you help us with that?
So by being in the military, did it influence you about your feelings about the military in general?
Yeah, I was content. I mean, I knew I had to serve. In fact, my mother would not sign for me at 17
Really?
because I was ready then.
Uh-huh.
And she says, no, you're only going to school, that's all. After that, I was drafted and I was content.
Okay.
I knew I had to serve. I didn't mind at all. So,
Did you have any other siblings? You have other siblings, brothers and sisters?
what was that?
He's asking you about your siblings.
I had two sisters.
Okay.
So they were not involved at all.
Gotcha.
The
Okay.
only, so I was a mama's boy. That's the way to put it.
Okay.
But I was the only son.
Hey, hun.
And I recall the day I had to go for the train to go for my boot camp, my mother broke down crying so hard.
Uh-huh.
Her only son was being drafted. But I didn't mind at all, as I said.
How would you feel if your children served?
How would I feel?
Yeah.
I'd be happy for them. I'm fortunate my kids have not signed. But I would be happy if my sons were drafted, even my daughters. Because girls nowadays are doing more.
Exactly. A lot more. Yeah, exactly. Really. Yeah. So, yeah, my mother served in World War II. But anyway, this is your interview. How did your service and experiences affect your life?
I guess I matured, that's all. I really don't. I don't think it affected me.
Well, I mean,
But I
positive or
didn't-
negative? Positive or negative?
I didn't do too much.
Yeah, right.
I
But-
learned carpentry. I learned how to work. Otherwise, I lived a normal life.
Okay.
I did my service. I came out and I went to work, mostly in the post office in Newark.
Okay. Last question.
Yes.
Is there anything you'd like to add that we have not covered in this interview? Anything else that you want to share with us about either? I don't care whether it's your time. Oh, there is a major question.
But yes.
Besides being stationed in the Pacific Theater, even after you came back home and became a civilian, right?
Yes.
Share with us all the places that you visited throughout your entire life. Where else besides New Jersey have you been? Yeah, as many as you can. Just call them out.
I think I visited every state in the United States with my
Okay.
wife.
Okay.
When we were married, we really liked to travel. I wouldn't say every state, but quite a few different states. I know out in California, we were there, Hollywood, New York. Well, New York was nearby. That was
Right.
How about other countries?
where?
How about other countries you've been?
Overseas.
Oh, overseas. Yes, we went to Italy. We went to Portugal, Spain.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of these other countries we went to.
You were in Israel.
Israel. Yes, we were in Israel. My wife and I did a lot of traveling.
Okay.
Uh,
Did you when in country? Did you drive or did you fly? In the United States, did you do a lot of
I
flying?
drove.
Okay, that's what I
United
thought.
States, I did all the driving. Oh yeah.
You drove to California?
We drove to California.
Yeah. Then you've been through quite a few states. Hello.
Well, we went to Washington,
Mhm.
all the West Coast we went to,
Right.
Oregon. I think almost every state in the union we have been to. Chicago,
That's a city.
Illinois, that is. But we had our share of travels.
Right. Good. Okay.
And
So,
then we had our own family.
right. How many children do you have? You say you got two daughters, right?
I had 3 sons and 2 daughters.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's right, 5 kids.
Gotcha. Congratulations. Congratulations.
But
Okay.
fortunately, none of my sons were called for service.
Well, it's just not for everybody. That's all. I
I
served.
would have been proud of them if they went.
I'm sure that you would have. I served, but my sister didn't. You know, it's just not for everyone. It's not for everyone. So now, last question. Finally, is there anything else that you want to share with us that you think that you may not have?
Please take care of the United States. I'm not too happy with our current postal, what do I call it? Mail. Our current president.
Huh.
I have to leave it at that.
That's fine.
I thought I should have been prosecuted a lot more. But
That's fine. Now everybody's entitled to your opinion. Oh, nice.
can you see this?
Yes, I can. And speaking of which, Joanne and Lisa, I think you did send me this photo, didn't you, of your dad?
I didn't. Lisa, did you? But I can.
Let me look real quick
Let me
because
tell you about
I
this.
did not.
that's okay. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
I tell you the story behind this picture.
Tell me the story.
When I went to training, I got drafted. The first time home, my mother got a hold of me and said, "You are going to a studio to have a picture taken. And this is it. This is the picture she wanted taken."
Joanne, help me with that. Hold that photo up so we can see. There we go. And please send me a photo. I don't know who sent the ships, but the same way that somebody sent the ships, send me that photo with it cropped just to him, and we can get that superimposed on the video also.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell him about do you have another minute?
Yeah.
Tell him about the West Point, the USS West Point. That's the ship you went over on. That was a converted cruise ship?
I don't know what you're talking
All
about.
right, never mind then. That story has eluded him.
I don't know.
The
That's
ship-
okay. We've got 2 ships
The ship
here.
I went over on was converted.
Oh, right,
Oh, it was a troop ship. What can I say?
right.
Proud.
How many men were on there?
Oh my
Right.
God, a whole bunch. We had a couple of different outfits on the ship.
So you go ahead. Go ahead.
On our way overseas. I was a new kid. I didn't know anything. I was 18 years old, just out of school. And but I wanted to be where I was at the time.
I think we're trying to figure out how many individuals were on that ship that you were on. Was it a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand?
No, it was crowded.
Crowded, huh? Okay.
It was a very crowded ship. I don't know if you call it a troop ship, but
Well, it was
it
converted.
was loaded with men.
Okay.
Because
Right.
my outfit itself, Oh, I think we had 300 men on my outfit alone.
Wow.
The
Okay.
CVs, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be a CV.
You wanted to be a Marine.
That's right. And I wasn't fit for it. That's what they told me. Not with my eyes.
Okay.
So I lived through it. I thought I spent 4 years overseas.
Yeah, you probably did. Well, look, I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I'm going to close now. I want to thank you for a great interview, and I also want to thank you for your service.
I hope, well, you're welcome for my service. I wanted it. But I hope I was some assistance to you in this interview.
You did a great job.
You have a great mind. Thank you very much for using me.
You're more than welcome, and you're going to get a copy of this. Your daughters will have a copy. I want that other photo so I can put it in the video. This will be in the Library of Congress for
Tell my
posterity.
other daughters.
Did you hear what it's going to be in the Library of Congress?
Well, thank you again. And
You're
you
welcome.
have a great day.
Okay. Ladies, I'm going to sign off now, and I will talk to you later. Thank you very much, Mr. Morano.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Carlton.
You're
Thank
more than
you.
welcome, ladies
You're welcome. Goodbye.
and gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.